Now we are going to discuss another binding, that is angular attribute binding. This is not a popular binding, but yes, this binding is exist. Guys, remember, whenever we are working with property binding, so we are dealing with the right DOM properties. We are dealing with the DOM properties. But guys, remember, every right, whatever all attributes are available for an HTML element, for all attributes, there might not be a corresponding DOM property. So some of the HTML attributes are there, right? Some of the HTML attributes are there for which there might not be some DOM properties. If DOM properties are available, I can access them using property binding. But if the DOM property is not available for that particular HTML attribute, then what I need to do? Then in that case, you need to go with the attribute binding. So this attribute binding is specifically designed, right? This attribute binding is specifically designed to work with the right, to work with HTML attribute, not to work with DOM properties. If that particular DOM object having the property, if you know that property is available, then go with the property binding. But if you know that property is not available, DOM property is not available, but you want to set the right attribute values, then what you need to do? You need to go with the HTML, right? You need to go with the Angular attribute binding. So let us proceed and understand what is attribute binding. So Angular attribute binding, again guys, remember it is a one-way data binding techniques. One-way data binding techniques means what? It will bind the data from your component class to the view. So that is from component to view. And this is very, very important, guys. Remember, because HTML attribute and DOM properties are not the same. Right. DOM properties represents an element's live runtime state. For example, you want to apply disabled property. If you want to apply the value property, if you want to apply the checked property, if you want to apply the SRC property, if you want to apply the rate alt property. So these are the properties which is going to store the runtime status of the element. So that what you can write in that scenario or that situations you can go with the DOM properties. But at the same time, some of the HTML attribute they don't have the DOM properties. For example, if you are working with the aria, if you are working with the colspan, rowspan, if you are working with the data attribute, if you are working with any custom attribute, then for which there is no DOM property. In scenario like this, right, what you need to do, you need to go with the attribute writing. So simple as it is, most of the HTML element, they are having the DOM properties. So most of the time, 90% of time, we are going to make use of property binding. But some of the HTML attributes, they don't have the DOM properties. In that scenario, we need to go with the attribute routing. Clear?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Right? So that's very simple, very important thing. If there is no such properties available, go with the attribute routing. If property available, go with the property binding. So let us try to understand this, right? How we can implement. The syntax is right. Earlier, what I have discussed, property name. If you look at the previous example, this is SRC. This is going to be my property name. So if you want to work with the attribute-based routing, then what you need to do? You just need to work with this attr.src. So this src, this is the attribute, and this attribute having also its corresponding DOM property. So in this case, right, you can go with the attribute-based routing, or you can go with the property-based routing. Right. So now if you go, you can see still it is working. Why? Now, guys, remember attribute 100%. Property 90% means what? Now, if you want class, if you want if you want element, if that element having 100 attributes, then out of those 100 attributes might be having 90 properties while it is creating the DOM object. So whatever I'm accessing using property binding, I can access using attribute routing. That is 100% sure. But whatever I'm accessing using attribute routing, it might not be possible using property binding. But most of the time, we are going to deal with the property binding. Why? Because that is going to deal with the runtime data. Attribute routing, it is basically used to going to deal with the initial data. Right? So that's what you need to remember. So what is the syntax? The syntax is you have to use attr then dot followed by the attribute name and the expression. So why this attr right prefix means what? Now this prefix tells the Angular framework, hey Mr. Framework, please consider this as a attribute routing, not a DOM property. So whatever the expression value you are getting, please set this value with the attribute, HTML attribute, not with the DOM property. Clear? And what is the difference between a property and attribute? That what we have already discussed in our last session. Clear? Clear or not?
Yes. Yes.
Right. So this is attr means this is the syntax which will tell that this is making use of attribute routing. So please set this value to the DOM property, not to the right, sorry, to the HTML attribute, not to the DOM property. And this attribute name, nothing but your attribute name which you are going to set, and the expression means it is the valid right TypeScript expression that what you need to apply. So now let us try to understand right how right. Let us try to understand this with one example. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this with the one tables, right? So table one HTML element and a table having two important attribute. One is table right colspan and one is rowspan. And this colspan and rowspan attributes, right? So they don't have the corresponding DOM object. So basically, if I want to create one table and I want to merge two rows, if I want to merge two columns, right, then in that case, I can go with the table span and the call span. And but this table span and call span, they don't have the corresponding DOM property. Then if you want to set the table span and call span of the table HTML element, then you cannot go with the property binding, you have to go with the attribute binding. So let us try to understand this one with one example. So basically what I'm doing, please observe. So I'm creating one component. So periods in morning. So number two, right, assembly rows one. So basically I'm setting here number two. So basically what is the right row span I'm going to use two, call span I'm going to use two. So how it is going to be impacted, I will show you in some time. So here I just declare two variable and that value is going to be two. One is for one is for specifying the row and another one is specifying the column. Right? That's what you need to understand. So let us try to understand. So basically, okay, let me first show the output. Why it is not showing?
You haven't saved the files.
Okay, so save is not yet. Okay. So in this case, you can say this is what I'm generating. So this is timetable, right? Period one, period two, and period three. So 9 to 10, right? You can see period one is going to be time 9 to 10, math, English, and science. So 10 to 11. So see, don't go with the data. So what is our main right objective? Please observe, right? So this is going to be my right row span. So here I'm combining two column into right two column, and here I'm also column span. I'm combining two column. So how I can combine these things? So here basically I need to use row span 2 and here I need to use call span 2. So that's what I'm going to do. So first of all, let us try to understand how I'm creating. So I'm creating a table, right? You can see this is nothing but one table. So within this table, I'm going to one I mean table row, and in the table row, I'm setting the header. The header is going to be time period one, period two, and period three. So that's what you can see here: time period one, period two, and period three. So now within this table, right, I'm creating one row that is TR. So TR means it is going to be 9 to 10. So the first row, and again one row 9 to 10, and here you can see math, English, and science. That what it is showing here, math, English, and science. And in second row, in the next row, you can see time is this one. But I want to merge these two right rows. I mean these two columns into a single column. So basically, that period one and period two, I want to merge these two column. I want to merge. So how I can do this? Now in this case, this is right row span. So within a single row, if I want to merge two column, then I have to use row span. So let us see how we can do this. So in this case, attribute.colspan and attribute.colspan. So how many column I want to merge, that value I'm getting from here. So two column, three column, that's what you need to tell. So that value I'm setting, and this is going to be computer lab. And this is again, right, I'm specifying this sport. So in this case, you can see I'm using attr.colspan now. So if I remove this one, then it will become a property binding. But once I remove this one, what I'm getting? Now can't bind to colspan since it is not known a property of a TD. So this for this TD, this colspan is not a known property, means it is not a DOM property. So it is a attribute. So attribute means you have to specify ATT. Clear? Clear,
Yes.
guys?
Yes. Yes.
Second thing, if you want to merge two columns, right, then you have to, sorry, if you want to merge, so here two column and here I'm merging two rows, right? In this case, you can see these two rows I'm merging. So I'm applying this, right, rows one. Okay, so this is how it is working. So basically what, as simple as it is, if the property doesn't have the corresponding DOM property, right, if the element doesn't have the DOM property, then you have to go with the attribute route.
How do you
Clear?
bind two rows, sir? How do you bind two row? Can you show me the code? Two row column?
This is very simple, right? So for example, 11 to 12, right? So this is 11 to 12 and
Mhm.
this two row I'm binding here. How? I have to use this one, right? Colspan. Sorry, rows. So this is going to be, right, row span, and here it is going to be column span. Column span means two column it is going to, right, merge, and row span means two rows it is going to merge. Row
Yeah,
span
here,
means
so-
this one
yeah,
and this one.
are you giving the same string? What is that? Assembly row span is just a string or it has anything?
So this is going to be number.
Oh, okay. So subsequent rows also given the same thing?
Yes. So this is going to be merged, and then the next row it is going to show geography and history. So
Oh,
the
there you didn't give.
so this row I'm not providing, automatically that is going to be merged, and here what
That's
I'm
why.
providing is the
Okay.
next.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay. Thank. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how, right, what I can say, your attribute routing is working. So both are exist, both are having their own, right, existence. You can use attribute routing when the property, when the DOM property is not available. Clear? Very simple. Fundamental rule is that if the DOM property is not available, you have to go with the attribute routing. If DOM property is available, go with the DOM, right? Property binding. Why? Because property binding is going to deal with the running state. Running state means the live data, and it is basically going to provide some kind of a fixed data. Clear? Clear, guys?
Yes. Yes.
So
Sir,
the
like in HTML directly we write call span, so here we cannot
Yeah,
write
but
that
but
directly.
see, but here you can directly write row span, col span. But how many columns to span? How many columns to write, row to? How many columns to span, or how many row to span? If that value you want to define dynamically, if that value is coming from somewhere else, you cannot hardcode na,
Hmm. Like if
right?
we can do like this, like we write the row span and then that value we can use this property binding or that angular interpolation, then it will work also.
You see, angular interpolation is not meant for here now. What I'm saying, angular interpolation is specifically designed for displaying the textual data. So whatever the row span
Okay,
and
okay,
col
it
span,
will consider it as treat it as a string.
yes, it is not displaying any information, right? For
Yeah, okay,
example,
okay.
if you use that is fine, right? But the problem is it
No,
is not,
no.
right.
Yeah, it will consider it as a string. So it won't
So
work.
what exactly it is saying? Now this is not acceptable. Why? Because this is a string.
Yeah,
Are you
understood.
getting the point? So that is the reason why you cannot, right, use interpolation everywhere. Interpolation means it is always going to return string. If your data required integer value, boolean value, then it will not work. Clear?
I mean, like, okay, I understood this one, but without using that attr, we can directly write the call span, row span, or
You
like we
cannot,
write in
because
HTML.
If you remove this one attr, then it will make use of a property binding. Property binding means it is going to deal with the DOM property. But
Yeah,
this row span, it is not available as a DOM
Right.
property for the TD element.
correct.
Okay.
Right? So you have to use attribute routing, which will tell this is going to deal with the HTML attribute, not the DOM property. Clear?
Understood. Yeah. Thank you.
So here attribute binding also using runtime data, right?
Yes.
Then how is it different from DOM?
DOM means that is completely different. So, for example, if you remember, right, DOM means what? That is going to be deal with the updated data. Updated data means if you are doing some changes, right, that changes is going to be takes place. For example, if I'm setting the value here 3, here I'm setting the value of 3, then what will happen? So it is something like this, right? But the thing is that, right, in this case, right, even though we are using, right, this attribute binding, right, we are trying to change the value dynamically. See, if you want fixed value, static value, you can hardcode the value. But why we are using attribute binding? Attribute binding we are using because we want to dynamically set the value. But if the property is not available, then what I need to do? I need to go with the attribute to binding, right? So DOM is the recommended approach. But again, right, what I have told you in my previous session, attribute are basically used to provide the initial value for the DOM object creation. But that doesn't mean I cannot modify the attribute values. Even, right, you can also dynamically modify the attribute, right? For that purpose, you need to write some JavaScript code. That complex script you have to write. And in this case, you cannot see that complex code. Why? Because that is going to be handled internally by the Angular framework.
Okay, got it, sir.
Right? And already I have also shown you. So in my previous example, I have also shown you whether if you are going with the property binding, it will work. If you are going with the attribute binding, that is also going to be work, right? So, but the difference, but the recommended approach is go with the property binding if property is available. If not available, go with the attribute binding. But ultimately, what I've told now, 100% attribute binding is going to be work. Every attribute you take into consideration, it will work. But all the attributes that do not have the corresponding property in the DOM. So if I'm having 100 attributes, then it might be possible that out of 100 attributes, 90 properties are going to be there. So those 90 properties will work with the property binding. But with attribute binding, 100% all the right, everything is going to be work, but not recommended. Why not recommended? Because the right complexity is going to be high. It will take more time because accessing the data using right DOM is very easy, and to rather than accessing the data from the HTML attribute. So this is the reason why they have recommended to go with the attribute binding when there is the right no DOM properties available. Clear?